the last topic of the show, we're going to talk about the NBA in-season tournament and give our predictions for the quarterfinals, the semifinals, and the finals. We're going to make our bracket for them
today.
Yes, we will do the whole thing. Now, before we get into our official predictions, just really quickly, did you think the in-season tournament was a success where we are now?
Yeah, I mean, it's bringing more interest to the regular season, which was the ultimate goal of the in-season tournament. We've been seeing some high-level basketball, also situations that kind of made tensions rise a little bit. We're talking about that Celtics and Bulls game where the Celtics needed a certain amount of points. They're intentionally fouling Drummond. I think that's one thing that we can. The front offices will look at this in-season run, and they'll make adjustments accordingly. I think the point differential being the tiebreaker definitely is one that could be looked into further and maybe make adjustments there. But teams are taking it seriously, and they obviously want to compete in this thing. Missoula wouldn't have intentionally fouled Drummond if he didn't want to. But again, it's drawing interest to the regular season. Ultimately, that's what matters, and I think they did a great job of that.
I think it's very, ironic that teams are taking it seriously at the time of the in-season tournament. I do think genuinely it was a mixture of the West just got so much better and the East got slightly better, and then we have the in-season tournament. The one thing I do hate about it is the point differential shit. I think that shit is stupid. Like, a team shouldn't have to win by 25 points to get, if you have the best record in your league,
when it's the tiebreaker.
The tiebreaker, you just then you can start. But it's even then, I feel like you could find a better way of doing it.
Playing more games, because it was 4 games before the quarterfinals. Maybe you have 6. Maybe there's not as many ties. Something like that.
Maybe, yeah, maybe. Because I still think you could do it a different way. Like, if Boston and Orlando was 3-1, you could figure out some other way. And I do think, and we had a conversation about this on the playback. Maybe next year they can do just divisions. Maybe to try to bring back division rivalries would be dope. Try to figure out a way to make, because I know in NFL division rivalries are so meaningful. In NBA it used to be like that. Now it's kind of whatever, everybody's cool. So I think maybe figuring that out. But overall, like Drew mentioned, it's been great hoops for sure. The courts, they do need a little bit of editing on some of the courts. They are kind of ass.
Some of them are tough.
Yeah, some of them are, but there's a lot of too bright, hard to watch. Some of them, the colors nasty.
You a fan of the purple courts?
No.
I lose it when it's
nice.
all red.
Minnesota is very nice because Minnesota has a kind of
Bulls one's kind of hard.
Minnesota has a nice bland color to it, so it's it's not too bright, But some of them, like OKC's, was fucking my eyes up. I couldn't do it, bro.
They're all bad.
Yeah, it was so bright. I was like, nah. But overall, it's been a good.
I think it would be cool your division point where if you're able to get just maybe 4 divisions in each, where the reason it's so important for football is you get home field advantage that first game. That if you win your what they call it, your group or whatever, maybe you're locked into that top 4. I mean, you're completely changing the way the NBA works, but that would make divisions.
Maybe you could just lock in a home. You get home
round
home.
one.
Yeah, round 1, you get home court advantage.
That'd be dope.
Unless you don't make the playoffs.
Overall, I love it though.
Hilarious.
It's been really cool.
My only complaint about the in-season tournament is that it was way too short.
Yeah,
I think
that's true.
Next year, they should say in-season tournament
whole month
goes on for November and December, and the quarterfinals, semifinal, finals play goes on in the month of January. I think giving teams more opportunities and more of a chance to get in it is better, and I think they should expand it. I'm looking at the list of teams that are on right now. Lakers, Suns, Kings, Pelicans, Bucks, Knicks, Pacers, Celtics. I want to see more than 8 teams. I'd like to see at least 12, maybe. I like to see OKC here, Minnesota here, who OKC and Minnesota have some of the best records in the NBA. Yeah. The Magic are the second best team in the East record-wise, and they're not in it. I understand it's based on your group play record, but I'd like to see this tournament expanded, and I'd like to see more games played, because at the end of the day, the playoffs for this in-season tournament are going to happen in December, and then post-January, we're going to go back to the regular season not really having something to look forward to. You might as well give the regular season as much meaning as possible, and that means expanding the in-season tournament and making it longer.
But I also think what they tried to do in terms of making the regular season matter is enforce that you need to play a certain amount of games if you want to be eligible for all NBA teams and those other, of course, accolades. But I'm with you, Joel. Definitely try to expand it a little bit more. But I think what the NBA has done to make the regular season matter more, at least in this offseason, in my opinion, I personally believe they did a great job. The in-season tournament's been awesome, putting a game restriction in terms of wanting to win awards, in terms of max contracts, all of these things that were put in place to make players care about the regular season again. I think that in the end, it will pay off.
James, talk to us.
Yeah, I think you guys made some good points. I agree with Joel in terms of the criticism. I think that more games would be great. I mean, we had some 3-1 teams that didn't make it because they had one bad game. That one loss completely just shattered their chances of the tournament. And I think with the NBA, I think you're missing out on more than you're gaining from that. So the 4-game sample size, I think you can push that to 6 to 8. Like Joel said, push it into December, at least 2 weeks in December. So that is something I'd like to add. But in terms of just overall success, I mean, 26% more viewers in the in-season tournament compared to, games at the same time the year before. So it's already seeing higher engagement, which was the NBA's goal. And you would assume that after the first year that you will have, maybe if I think the playoffs this year are really important, the in-season tournament, because if it goes really well, I think that it's going to heavily increase interest. If it goes poorly or just kind of like, whatever, then I think it's going to probably neutralize, which would still be a relative success. But I think there's more meat on the bone. And for the first year, I think it was so far a pretty good success.
NBA in-season tournament predictions. To start off with the quarterfinals, the Lakers versus Suns. Who you guys going with?
Oh, the Suns healthy.
Who's playing for the Suns? That's the number one question.
It's going to be a good game. The Lakers have the Suns' number. We going to keep it riding, baby.
Oh, the Suns healthy.
I need to know who's playing.
The Lakers are used to winning Mickey Mouse things. So Suns injured right now. Mickey Mouse win over them, maybe. I'm going to still go with the Suns. I'm riding with Kevin Durant, baby.
Lakers, they're missing a couple players, too. A lot of their defense, they're missing some guys.
Rui, Vando,
Cam, say his name first.
Cam,
Gabe.
Gabe,
Fucking
all can
respect.
be back as soon as next game.
So
Next game is going to be this game. So
I'm going to lean.
I don't think so. Do we not play until Tuesday?
Right.
I know the Celtics don't have.
Who you going
play
with?
against on
I
Monday.
think I'm going to lean LA. I think I'm going to go LA for this one. If they're getting their guys back for that game defensively.
Play tonight.
Oh, there you go.
They're getting their guys back defensively. That should be big for them. And once again, I can't trust Phoenix. I don't know who's playing for Phoenix, so I can't really give a take on them. One guy could be out. If all three were there, I'd pick Phoenix, but I don't know.
agree.
So I'd go Lakers.
Yeah, Phoenix. They almost just beat Denver without Jamal Murray.
Didn't Kevin Durant go 0 for 10 in the second half?
Yeah, Kevin Durant didn't make a shot in the second half. Nurkic dropped 30.
He had 11 assists.
They're back.
They're all
Yeah,
playing.
what?
Rui and
He had 11 assists.
He did have 11 assists. I would lean
More
with LA
assists
here,
than
though.
made field goals. Interesting.
I would lean with LA.
Respect him. It's crazy, but I get it.
James, who are you going with?
You're muted, buddy.
I was on mute. Whoops. Okay. So I would lean LA as well. This is the perfect opportunity for the LeBron GOAT legacy to steal the first ever in-season tournament
Talk to him.
championship. So let's get started.
Talk to him.
Kings versus Pelicans.
Sneaky good game. Pelicans, when Zion's on and Trey Murphy coming back, I'm leaning the Pelicans.
Zion on, they just lost to the Jazz.
He wasn't on. He scored 12 points, didn't he?
I don't know. I
They faced the Spurs.
I just know that. No, I know they lost a couple days
Yeah,
ago.
before. Okay.
I'm taking the Kings here. I like the Kings.
I'm going with the Kings as well.
This was a tough one. I think they played earlier this month. I don't remember who won. One of them won back to back. I don't remember if it was the Pels or the Kings.
Was that when Fox was hurt?
No, I think Fox was playing. Who you going with?
I'm going with the Pelicans.
I'll ride with the Kings. I'll ride with the Kings. They did just get their ass whipped by the Clippers.
On a back-to-back.
Yeah.
They just beat
They
the
had an
Warriors the night
emotional
before.
win. Facts.
Them going down 30 back-to-back nights is nuts.
true.
Yeah.
Got
They almost
back one
came
of
back
them, though.
yesterday.
Yo,
Got back one of them.
Kawhi looked insane.
No, he's bugging right now. He's kind of back. Yeah, I'll go with the Kings though.
Damn, Goodell wants the tush push band. What a bozo.
I would go Pelicans. I think the Valanciunas and Sabonis matchup is relatively interesting. Not that Valanciunas can stop Sabonis, but I think that's a good physical defensive matchup for him. And I think that a Sabonis-led paints burnt toast with Zion attacking the rim with a healthy Trey Murphy, CJ McCollum. I think the Pelicans will do it.
Bucks versus Knicks.
This is another one. Sneakily, I think the Knicks can pull the upset. Jalen Brunson has been on another level shooting the basketball. What is it, like 47, 48% from three?
He's been a good defender this year too.
That's another thing. So I look at the Knicks. I look at the way that they've been playing on the defensive side of the ball. It's one of those that in a knockout round, anything can happen. I'm respecting the Milwaukee Bucks. I understand that even through it all, that we're still talking about a 13-14 win team that's only lost a handful of games. Damian Lillard finally has been turning it on as well. The mind wants to lean the Bucks, but the heart, It's going with NY.
I'm going with the
following
Knicks
my
in this
heart.
one. The Knicks are going to win. The Bucks cannot stop Jalen Brunson.
Forgot you were a
RJ
Knicks
Barrett's
fan.
playing well. He's going to have a great game. And Julius Randle, he might not show up in the playoffs,
He's been
but
hooping.
he'll show up in the in-season tournament quarterfinals. This is what he was made
Yo,
for.
and Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson has been a dog this
Probably the best
season.
rebounder in the NBA. I'm going with the Bucks here, though. They've been playing better, even though they did just lose to the Bulls. That was an ugly, ugly game, but it happens to the best of us.
Rivalry game, you
I
heard?
think in a one-game situation, I'll take Giannis and Dame. Even though, give credit to the Knicks, Jalen Brunson's been hooping. IQ still up there. Mitchell Robinson, like I said, probably the best rebounder in the NBA. Probably the best bench in the NBA as well. But I'll lean with the Bucks here with the superstars.
Don't sleep. Bulls Bucks rivalry game, baby. Caruso, man. That's what I'm telling you.
Caruso, he's a legend for that.
I'll go vibes here. I'll take the Knicks. I think defensively they'll be able to hold up on the defensive end against the Bucks, and the Bucks just can't stop anybody. So Jalen Brunson's been hooping, like Joel mentioned. This is November and December, so Julius Randle should be on go for this one. If this was April, we know how the vibes go. So I'm gonna go Knicks here for vibe pick for sure.
Pacers versus Celtics.
We didn't
give his
Yeah,
pick.
Wow,
you
you gotta go.
This is I have really weird reasoning for this. I have this weird feeling that we're gonna have a Malik Beasley game. I don't know what it is.
God.
What the fuck, James?
He's like the most
James.
random player of all time. I'm feeling like in-season tournament, non-playoff moment. Malik Beasley will think this is his show. 7 threes, and Giannis and Dame will do
Are you
it.
good? Are
I
you?
don't know
wi-
why I'm feeling
Would
this.
you? Would you willing to gamble that on like a FanDuel or something?
I'll gamble the over on Beasley.
Oh my
7 threes.
Pacers versus
Plus
Celtics.
This is really the most unfortunate consolation prize of going undefeated. You get to face arguably the best team in the NBA, the Boston
frauds.
Celtics. I'm going with the Celtics to win this one.
Hopefully Porzingis is back. I think he's expected to play. He's been out these last 3 or 4 games with that calf injury.
Facts.
But I'm going with Boston. Pacers, their defense is a real question. They might have that number 1 offense. They're still number 1 offensive rating.
They are.
But that defense, man, they let up 120 in their sleep every night, and it's usually more than that. So I go with Boston.
I'm easily going to Celtics. The Pacers can't. It's weird. The Pacers really put on the best show on earth on offense, and then they get on the other end. It's like they go to sleep. So I'm
They're
going
like
with
bottom
Boston.
3 in defense, aren't they?
They might be bottom 1.
Are they the
They're
worst?
just ready to run on defense. They're ready to
They
run on
really are
offense.
just
not
waiting
guarding.
until you either miss or make, and then they're just like, yeah, we're going.
Yeah, they're 28th.
Oh God.
It's ugly.
With the way Indiana plays basketball, I just think because of how bad they are defensively, they have to play nearly perfect on a big and rangy Celtics team. I think the Celtics win pretty handedly.
I'm going with the Celtics as well. And just to get all your guys' predictions round table, what do you think will be the semifinals game in the East and West? And who are you predicting to win a championship?
So in the East, I got Celtics versus Bucks. Could be an ECF matchup. You know who I'm going with. I'm going with the Boston Celtics. On the other side, I got Lakers versus Kings. We know what the NBA wants. They want a Lakers versus Celtics championship
what
game
they
for the
want.
in-season tournament. Lakers, Celtics. Boston takes it home.
When we play the
The
Kings,
Kings actually be whipping their ass. So for me, I have the Lakers and the Kings in my semi, and I think the Kings take that one for sure. Something about the Kings and the Lakers game,
right.
the Lakers just cannot
You're right.
defend the Kings
You're
at
right.
all. And then on the other side, I have the fraudulent Boston Celtics. Then I have the New York
Respect
Knicks.
why
and,
are they fraudulent?
Because I'm just trolling Dells. And Boston pretty much they tend to give the Knicks the business. It always is a great game. Always is a
Facts.
great game. But it comes down to the wire. Boston just talent outweighs that. So you got Boston and the Kings. And I'm gonna go unlikely winner here. First year in season tournament. I'm gonna go to Kings to win it. Yeah,
Oh, Jesus.
I'm gonna take a vibe check here.
I respect the vibe check. I think I'm with Dells though. My
Shocker.
semifinals would be Knicks versus Celtics. I think Celtics would win that game. It would be a really good game, but I think Celtics just edge them out. And then Lakers versus Kings. Oh, excuse me. Mine would be Lakers versus Pelicans. I think the Lakers do win that matchup. And then Lakers versus Celtics. You already know who's taking it home. King James, those Los Angeles Lakers, the inaugural in-season champion.
The semifinals for me, I got the Suns and Kings. I have the Kings edging out the Suns to go to the finals to face the Celtics in the East. And I got the Celtics winning it all. You know, I got the
thought you were
Celtics
going
He's
with your
jinxing
boys.
the shit
winning
out of
the
you.
Yeah, for
first
sure, for
ever
sure, for sure, that's
in-season
facts.
tournament. That's the only championship they'll win this year, unfortunately,
I
but
respect
they'll
this.
win it for sure.
Okay, I'm feeling a little scary here. So I think the Lakers Pelicans play, and I think AD has a really weird game. So then the Pelicans beat them, and then the Pelicans are in the championship game against the Boston Celtics, and I'm going I'm saying the Pelicans win it.
There we go. The Pels.
We're here for different shit that's
I'll
going
tell you
on
what,
today.
I'll be thrilled to see Zion lift the
Kings
in-season
and Pelicans.
championships.
Yeah, it'll be the only thing he wins.